Good man.
Uh-oh, don't let that get around too many places. Don't let that get around too many places.
Listen, Jiggy, I know you don't know what I know you don't know what it's like to be a magnificently endowed man like Big Will, but he needs some juicing with the ladies. I'm happy to go out there and proselytize on his behalf.
Oh my God! See, man, Beau's a damn gentleman and a scholar, baby.
He's a scholar and a gentleman, baby.
Oh God, damn it.
You can be a gentleman and still, dare I say, love pussy.
Well, that is how we kick off our Sunday radio broadcast today.
Yes, indeed.
Big Will with us, Beau Nair with us.
What's up, baby? What's good?
How are you doing?
The first time I had Beau Nair on this radio broadcast, I'm like, son of a bitch, we've got to get him on with Big Will. And so
Big Will, let's you and I get deep into it. Go for it. Man. You want to ask me why I have a copy of Rush's Caress of Steel hanging out there? The Fountain of Lamb Nest, man. Come on. You know how young those guys were when they were recording that? They were like 22 years old doing that. No 22-year-old nowadays can sit down and do that without woo-wee. Little talker. That's what I'm proselytizing right here.
I love this. Big Will, what I know you've got some questions for goddamn Beau Nair here.
Please, let's have it. Come on, baby.
So how many women have you given the Beau steak to? Is it over 10,000? Under 10,000?
Look, I talk a good game in my songs and on stage, but really when it comes down to it, I keep my most intimate details intimate. I think having respect for women, and if I'm with a woman that deserves no respect, then who am I?
Who am I?
Reciprocal respect. So if I'm with a woman that I respect like I respect myself, I ain't telling you shit.
Don't kiss and tell.
However, if you like to come through the internet and sniff these two fingers, I think you'll find. Oh, there you go. Whoa.
That smells like half of California right there.
Hashtag loins.
Hashtag loins. So.
I think Big Will's going to be using hashtag loins here in a few weeks when we're out in Vegas, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm bringing back loins so everybody can start using it again.
I was about to say we need to have Beau come to Vegas with us so we can go pussy slave Vegas.
Oh my goodness. We're going to have to talk about that. I can get there.
Hey, we're about to be in the land of ass and titties in like 15 days.
They don't call it the Strip for nothing.
I think we can tear some shit up.
What I'm going to be is I'm going to be your wingman. Because, believe me, I'm topped up. I'm up to here with it. But I'm going to make sure that you're slathered.
He said
like a Waffle House waitress.
He said he's up to here with it. Now, that's...
I'm actually up to here with it, but I didn't want to tell that last part. Woo! Up there with it.
You're like my long lost uncle that I never didn't know that I really needed, but yeah, I definitely Uncle Beau.
Big Will, I took the DNA test, and there's a possibility I'm your father. I'm kidding. I ain't that old. Come on. Let's talk turkey, man.
Yes, we have got the fantastic Beau Nair with us today. He, of course, is an outlaw country singer. He's a great songwriter. He has got a brand new album that is out. Tell us about this, brother, because this is something else.
All right, so what last year in the pandemic, the story goes, I locked myself in my cabin with some musical instruments and created 9 albums worth of music, and I started feverishly recording it all. And when you're in isolation and you got a big jar of weed and a big jar of mushrooms and really nobody else around, your mind and your imagination goes unfettered. So I just released my 6th album, one a month. I got 3 more coming. The first 3 of the year are going to kill you. But the one I just released, Bonafide, of course, has some of my funkiest tunes on there. I'm telling you, there's some fat bass. There's songs about pussy and freedom and liberty, all the things that we stand for wherever we stand. Those that love freedom, liberty, and of course, pussy. Ladies, I say that respectfully. I don't want women thinking, oh, this misogynist. I ain't a misogynist, ladies. All right? I'm calling it what it is. Sometimes in the world, as we know in Las Vegas, especially, it's used in a transactional way. Women, you've used it in a transactional way. If you've ever eaten a dinner with a man that you did not plan to give your vagina to, you used your pussy in a transactional way. Say, I'm going to dangle it in front of you, let you smell the wafting wafers and whatever's coming, all that kind of stuff. Although if you smell it from across the room, you better stay away from it. But I'm just saying, I just want to make sure the ladies...
You know what is hilarious, Beau Nair, is... Tom Likas, the legendary radio personality, used to refer to women like that as dinner whores.
There's something to that. But listen, again, women that respect themselves won't find a man that respects themselves. Oftentimes, the problem is when people don't respect, love, and accept themselves 100%, they can't give and receive those things with other people. So I like to find a special kind of woman, not just any woman, not just every woman. Sometimes you can dream. I mean, Big Will, you think about any woman in the world. You imagine yourself in a flagrant peccadillo going on. Just revives the memory of you actually doing it in a certain way, you know? So instead of keeping your sick fantasies hanging out of your pants, you can fucking jerk off about it and then come back to real life. You know what I'm saying? Except that thing about the elderly we were talking about before the show, because I feel like if your sick fantasy to fuck the elderly, they need love. There's a lot of wasted skills left on the table right there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, you go, especially, and now don't get me wrong, all right? Older men have been jerking off their whole life, now their dick don't work. So there's a perfect guy to give you a hand job if you're down for it.
Sage advice
He's
today.
sitting around with nothing to do. All those skills he worked off years of his life. Can't even do it. Go give him something to do, Big Will.
So, Bo, have you ever thought about politics? Because I'm seriously thinking, Nair 2024, and I'm running your campaign, and I think we need to run on the platform of pussy. And we need to make the world fuck again.
Make the world fuck again. Wow. Well, listen, here, Big Will, this is it. If you're of a certain age, you experienced life in the 20th century. You know, some of that shit was fucked up, but other things we lost. We lost the ability to tell a girl that she's pretty.
Yes.
Oh, you pervert, telling me I'm pretty. Now the girls are like, where all the good guys go? We're afraid to talk to you. We're afraid to come up and tell you you look beautiful in that dress.
Exactly.
We're also afraid, we're not afraid to tell you, you need 2 hairdos to be wearing that dress that short because there's something hanging out down there. It looks like Richard Simmons doing leg lifts or something. I don't know what's going on.
I love this.
Your pussy hair's are jazzercising, ma'am.
I'm telling you, nowadays it's like artisanal pubic hair to go full bush, like fluff it out like Martha Washington style. You know, back then they didn't shave that shit.
This shit ain't the 70s. Shave that goddamn shit off.
You didn't think this when you woke up this morning, but all of the founding fathers, if they ate any pussy, it was full bush. Right? There wasn't no trimming back then. What you got?
You know?
And probably bathed every Saturday. So be glad you're finding a woman that at least bathes a couple times a week nowadays.
I mean,
what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, and they were probably unkept bushes too. Like, because when did they start douching, Jiggy?
When
oh
did
my
they
God!
Tampons? Come on, let's ask the real questions. There's different things. There's different levels to go back. I'm glad to be in this era. Okay, I don't know.
I'm glad to be in this era. Well, I'll tell you.
Trimming of the lawns. Around here, the trimming of the lawns is like a Christmas every time we do it. Like my beautiful my chops, I guess you call them. You keep it trimmed. It's like a bonsai tree. Same thing with your pubic hair if you really do it right. Right now, I got a Hanukkah motif going on. I don't know if you saw, I got some of my answering machine messages, some new volumes out on the streaming services. One for the first night of Hanukkah for all my Jewish folk, hey, Mishbuka, and then the other one coming on Christmas morning. And everybody else in between, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, I'm right there with you. I don't know what everybody else celebrates, but let's all celebrate it together.
Shalom to all the Jewish people out there. We is not Kanye. We like y'all.
I'm telling you, Beau, look, listen, when you see persecution of a people in the world, any color, any race, any religion.
Yes.
When you see the suffering of people that were oppressed by other people, claiming to be superior or whatever.
Yes.
In that struggle, we find our universal struggle. We cannot look back at the blues and the music of America and jazz without looking further into Reconstruction and slavery. We cannot separate ourselves from our history. It's super, super important. There was in the late 1800s in Los Angeles over here in California, there was a massacre where 1 out of every 10 Chinese people in LA was slaughtered. What the fuck did you learn about that in school? People in LA going about with their lattes on Rodeo Drive going, well, I don't know anything about this place is on the blood of indigenous people, immigrants, and slaves. So if you don't acknowledge that, get deep into that shit, you are not fucking allowed to fly the flag of this fucking country. So that's the start of my campaign speech, Will, and then I get into the reason of
That's the start of the campaign.
And that's the bottom line because Beau Nair said so.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when I get to the presidency, and it's bound to happen with Big Will on my side, every person that wants to check the box going to get a free pound of high-quality weed delivered to their doorstep. 1 day a week. You pick the day. You want it on Friday for the weekend, or you want it on Monday to be judicious and mete it out until. But a pound, and it's going to be plenty for everybody. I mean, pound's too much.
This.
How much you smoke in a week? Well, I don't know. Maybe a couple of ounces would probably do everybody. How about a free ounce, and everything over that you got to go out and find yourself if you're really into the duties. But somebody might be like, I didn't use my ounce this week here, and then it's socialism.
Share, I guess. I don't know there. So Beau, you have got some incredible album titles. Your debut album was called Truth or Nair. You had Beaudacious. You had Nairly Thar.
Nairly there. Pronounce it right. Nairly there.
And
Nairlina.
how do you come up with these titles?
Well, again, I go back to the weed and the mushrooms. They liberated my imagination.
Weed and the mushrooms.
In a way that I got to say is really powerful. So, when I come up with one word at a time, I mean, as I'm doing these records, and I'm like, oh, my God, Beaudacious. There it is. Had to happen. And then I had the perfect picture. Flipping you off, saying, hey, I'm an outlaw. Come on, listen to my funky music. And then what's after Nearly There?
Beaudacious. Or no,
Beaudacious.
that was Bonanza? Is that how
Bonanza, right. It's a Bonanza, right. That was better than Bonana, which you could see after the show if you're lucky. Hey, Big Will. But then the next one is one of my favorites. What is it?
Mr. Beau Dangles.
Mr. Beau Dangles. That's right there. Dangling in the torn forest.
Beau Dangle.
And now I got Bonafide.
Bonafide.
Listen, I got 3 more albums coming in this 9-album set. One a month. Nobody else ever pulled this off.
This is amazing that you're
really
doing
good
this.
that I'm setting some kind of record here. All right? So the
I
next 3, I cannot give away the titles because they're too good. I want them to come as a surprise where you're like, oh, shit, he did it.
Go,
I
Big
got
Will.
a suggestion for like a future album for you, a future album title.
Uh-oh.
Call it The Big Beau Theory.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Banging on Big Beau. Hey, what? Hey.
Yeah.
Might have to smell my fingers twice for that one.
I think that'll be the first single off of that. I had to smell my fingers twice. It smelled so
on a certain level, the songs write themselves. Now, you guys been listening to some of my music, and you hear some of my songs, and you might say to yourself, what the fuck did he just mention Lord of the Rings and Three's Company in the same song? Goddamn right I did. If you're a fan of Jack Tripper, come on down to the Regal Beagle and we get fucked up.
R.I.P. Jack Tripp. R.I.P. Jack Tripp.
Oh, man, he was great. So go deep with me, Big Will. Come on.
Yes, Big Will. I love the shirt, by the way. Fuck it, fuck off, and fuck you.
Fuck everything. Fuck it all. So you got your new album coming out. You got some more on deck. When are you going to get out on the road? When are people going to get to experience all of this bonificence?
You're still bonificence. I like that. Listen, here's the deal. it takes a lot to get a band together. All right, I'm self-produced. I'm a self-made man. Getting these records done is everything. And I am feverishly mixing. I'm doing this all myself. Played all the instruments, do everything with the mixing, and when I put it out, it's me just saying to me, "You okay with this? Got to be. All art is abandoned, not finished. All right, time to float it off into the sunset." This next album has a couple of fucking corkers on there, and I got to tell you, there's a tender song on there called "Grandma's" that I think if you ever knew your grandmother and experienced getting to know the mother of your mother or father, it's a special person. I think this song's going to hit you right in the right place. But I'm just giving you a little heads up of what's coming. That's all I'm going to tell you. But it's hard. I got to finish these albums and get them all done. But I got to tell you, I'll get in a band together. And what we're going to do is we're going to perform and film it so we can have an example of what I fucking do. And there's a lot of people that I'm serious.
What I
they want to
fucking
see,
do.
is this guy for fucking real? Is this guy fucking a studio creation, or is he going to fucking blow our doors? Hurricane Beau is coming in. You better hang on tight, because I'm going to fucking lay it down, man. I ain't fucking around. So it takes the hardest thing, and I think I got it solved. I think I found the guy. The hardest thing is finding somebody to replace me on the bass. Now, I'm not going out there telling you I'm better than every bass player ever been. No hat. But I do something very specific on the bass. Very funky, very deep. And it's got to be played right. To replace myself, I'd have the same problem if I had to replace myself in lovemaking. Ain't nobody got the stroke like me. What's up, Billy Squire?
It's just not possible.
It's just not possible. I'll tell you, Beau, if you did a tour and you came through Kansas.
Oh, it's coming.
We'll get you in Wichita. I'll get you over here at Hutchinson at the Red Shed. You'd be perfect for the Red Shed.
Well, you know what? It's the kind of things you link it all up and make it happen. A great booking agent's going to do that. But again, a great booking agent needs to be able to tell people this is what this looks and sounds like.
Yes.
Now, I can play all the country places you want, but I'm ready to stretch it out. I mean, I want to play the jam festivals where you can take a song, I can put on a guitar and synth that and funk it up, fish style. Woo! I'm telling you, once you listen, James Brown had it right in a way. James Brown knew that if you had the groove and you drove that fucking same groove for 8 minutes and just drilled it, everybody was going to dance. What Fish did was they said, we can do that, but we can also kind of morph into the polyspheres or whatever. So I'm kind of taking that 1-2 approach, and then I can lay down my keyboard stylings, maybe take over the bass on a tune or two or whatnot, but I'm really up there to be magnificent. Big Will knows what I'm talking about. It's purpose, sense of purpose.
So, Beau, tell me you're fat chicks.
It's all in how you define the word fat, because I like to use the word thick, and if it gets too thick...
Okay. Well, there's a difference between being thick and then fat.
Okay, listen. Love knows no boundaries when it's true. So if I fell in love with a humongous whale of a woman, I'm talking like can't even get out of the bed without a forklift, but we're talking on the phone and we had that kind of mind meld where it's like all about the conversation and that was it. I find a way. I do admit that there is something visually pleasing when a woman is shapely. That can be thick and shapely. A nice big rounded ass, I don't have to tell you, can work magnificent charms on your cobra.
Oh my God. We've got Beau Nair with us today. He is fantastic.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
I'm telling you, right.
With all these albums that you've put out, what's been the reaction to your music? What do people think of what you're doing, man?
Well, first of all, people with great taste and a sense of humor fucking love it. And I love that. I ain't claiming cancel culture. I ain't being canceled. But I do find that people are much more reticent to put my stuff on because it is dirty, but it's clever. It is, in some ways, very sexual, but there's hooks, right? There's hooks all over the place. You can't stop singing. There's some big old boobies. You can't stop singing. I challenge you. My next album's got a couple, Never Gonna Leave Your Mind. But you gotta, it's kind of like mushrooms. You gotta go for the journey and get to the other side. And then you're like, oh, what was I sleeping on here? I was that way with Fish. I listened to Fish for years. I never thought to see him live. And then I caught a show and I was like, what the? It was beyond anything I ever thought. I'm like, this is the greatest post-Frank Zappa music ever created. And this band's on fucking fire and everybody's dancing and this is great. I love it. But I'm saying, people are a little more sensitive nowadays. And people have asked me, how do you operate in these times with cancel culture and people who are trying to...
Yeah.
I am riding the right lines, all right? First of all, everybody knows I'm a love and peace guy. Second of all, everybody knows that I'm a sexual animal of a man. And I can't help but put that in my songs. You put a man in the cabin for the better part of a year, he's going to write some horny songs because he ain't got nothing but a fucking pumpkin with a hole in it.
Just absolutely.
It's Halloween every year.
Halloween every year. You are correct, sir.
There were a couple of trips to the Waffle House. I don't know if you heard the story. I had a couple of waitresses sing backups on some of my stuff. I was like, if I bring a recorder down and we go in the bathroom, we can sing. There'll be a natural reverb. They were like, cool. I was like, let's go and test it out and see. Let's just go sing and see if our voices even match together. So I get this girl and her sister to come in, and we get into one of them stalls all together. They start warming up their throats, and next thing I knew, oh, man. We didn't get any singing done, but I did go back the next day.
Didn't get any singing done.
Profusely.
We didn't get any singing done.
I smothered and covered them. That's what happened.
That is amazing.
It's no Waffle House
baby.
Did we lose Big Will?
I think we did. I think he'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He goes in and comes out. So mushrooms.
You belong to me. Sorry,
you were talking about mushrooms. So you're a big mushroom guy. So like Will's a big pot guy. I don't know if he does mushrooms.
Look, I would call myself a weed man, but mushrooms have been very instrumental. I wouldn't recommend doing them all the time on my personal experience. I like to plan a day. Beautiful day out, go walking in the mountains, take my backpack with just enough water and some fruit to, cool me down, and just take it all in. Just explore myself, try to reveal myself to the universe and vice versa. And sometimes you have these moments of epiphany. I've had many realizations while on the mushrooms, and some of them have been profound. Some of them were just hysterical shit making me laugh.
Just hysterical shit makes me laugh. That's a lie.
I mean, if you ever done the mushrooms, you come to a point where you're just laughing hysterically about something. You're like, oh man, I can't believe that kid got hit by that car.
Wow.
Poor Billy's going to walk again someday.
Someday.
Well, I figured this way he's easier to beat at the Special Olympics, so my boy can win.
There you go.
I got my money
there
on that
you go.
Right.
That's how that works.
That's terrible. I heard a comedian the other day talking about, the first guy that had the idea for the Special Olympics. What if we did that? Oh, ours are much faster than theirs. That sounds terrible. But again, I've seen the Special Olympics, and honestly, it's a wonderful opportunity for youngsters to get out there and do good things, normal things, and get out and be athletic and in the outdoors and feel good about themselves and, lord their victories over their people they just dominated. Fucking narcissistic children. God damn it.
Oh, my Lord. So
I just go because there's a lot of single mothers there.
That's kind of what I thought was coming. That's
why they call it special. I show up and take care of the mothers while the kids are out running.
Oh my Lord, this is fantastic. So, what is next for you? How you've got another album, right? Another two or three albums.
3 albums coming. So January, February, March. And then I'm going to do something special in April in honor of the weed and 420, which we come to is like it's like the Everest. You're just climbing towards it all year long. I love it. And that's going to be it's going to be a lot. But I'm hoping that, again, me and the band gonna play. It's gonna sound fucking fantastic. We're all gonna be ready. I got professionals, not any amateurs. And then we're gonna fucking film that show to put it out there, show people that I can fucking play the piano and do this shit. And I'm gonna get out a little more too. I've been feeling like being in here and mixing and getting my shit done. It's got to take focus. I mean, I still have a lot ahead of me, but I'm sitting with the mixes for what's coming out in January, just making sure everything, as I go through that one little thing ain't too loud or soft and the vocals little whatever. And then at some point I just upload it, and I know that everybody's going to see it when it happens. January 6th, I think it is, that comes out.
That's
the first Friday. First Friday of every month is how I'm doing it. Whatever day it falls on. It has no numerical significance.
It's just first Friday. I love it. Well,
But,
Beau, you are amazing, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
I just love having you on this show.
I'll
And
come anytime, man. You got me early on. I don't forget that. People who come out and support me, because, like I said, there's places that are just, they're afraid. Or they're like,
yes,
we can't play his music, so we can't really talk about him. I'm like, you're going to be talking about me whether you play my music or not.
That's amazing.
I ain't coming out fucking to just kind of mosey on it.
Just gotta mosey on. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
This has been fantastic, and we will definitely do this again. Thank you, brother.
I hope so. And tell Big Will, I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, but it was great to meet him.
No, I'm going to mention it to him. He'll probably be talking about you and playing your music all the way to Vegas when we go out there here in 15 days as he's doing the countdown.
Put on my music and drive to Vegas, and that's all you need. That's all you need. Everybody listening, go right now to your car, put on all of my music, drive all the way to Vegas, and when you get there, put it on repeat and drive all the way home.
And that's where we'll leave it. That is fantastic. Beau, thank you, sir. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Much respect.
Appreciate it. There he goes. That is Beau Nair. The man, the myth, the legend. Good God in heaven. What a deal. Get a hold of us online. It is JiggyJaguar.com. That is our number one.